That's one.
I want to talk about that system in New England. It's fascinating. The most fascinating thing about Tom Brady's system quarterback is that, systems get names. In basketball, the triangle offense. In football, the West Coast offense, the Wildcat offense. Why does a New England system have a nickname? 18 years, been on TV more than any team except the Cowboys. I mean, Joe Montana won with the West Coast offense. It's funny, Belichick's a defensive coach. Defensive coaches don't have offensive systems, do they? And offensive systems in general get copied. But how come nobody else in the league looks like New England? You ever notice that? People say a lot of things. Hold them to what they say. Hey, Colin, I'll tell you what the system's called. It's called Belichick. Oh, get the man of Milwaukee's best. He beat me on that one. Oh, wait, he didn't. You mean the Bill Belichick that had a losing record in Cleveland and was fired before Tom Brady? I'll tell you what the system is, Colin. It's throwing to the tight end. Actually, the last 3 years, New England's got a better record when Gronk's out. Oh, it's just throwing to slot receivers. Which one? Welker, Deion Branch, Edelman. Let me describe New England's system under Tom Brady. They're smarter than you pre-snap. They're more precise and accurate than you. They're always better in the fourth quarter than you. They're more prepared than you, more coachable than you, and more committed than you. Nobody has ever named New England system because it doesn't exist. Tom Brady, my friends, is the system. Simply Safe, 24/7 home security, no contracts, hidden fees, or catches. PC Magazine named Simply Safe, editor's choice, reader's choice. SimplySafeColin.com, SimplySafeColin, COLIN.com. By the way, overtime rules in the NFL suddenly, because yesterday both games went to overtime and a lot of fans didn't like New England winning in overtime. Suddenly the overtime rules are terrible. It'd be interesting if Tom Brady lost in overtime and never got the ball back, if everybody would be so outraged by it. I'm guessing no. Football, it should be noted, is built for home teams. The Rams' equipment didn't work early. The Rams had to travel 3,000 miles. The Rams could not audible. Huge disadvantage for an offensive-minded team. The Rams couldn't hear themselves. You watched the game. They were discombobulated for the first hour and a half. So if the home team, with all the advantages, after 12 or 13 possessions, doesn't win the game, I'm not really interested in your sob story. I'm not going to tiger-proof football, Patriot haters. I'm not going to tiger-proof the course. New England's smarter, won again. Sorry, New England's the team that always defers the kickoff, right? But in overtime, they take it because they know what overtime is going in, and they don't have the 9th worst defense in NFL history. D. Ford lined up offsides. Is that overtime's fault? Patrick Mahomes had the ball for 8 minutes in regulation. Is that overtime's fault? The Patriots had 36 first downs. Is that overtime's fault? The reason Kansas City was so gassed at the end, they had the ball 21 minutes. Patriots had it over double that. I'm not tiger-proofing the course. Win. Be better defensively. Score, I don't know, a point in the first half at home, Kansas City. Complaining about overtime rules is like complaining about you don't have enough for retirement. Maybe you should not have a second sports car, Chief. Maybe you should have a 401k and a SEP IRA. Stop complaining you don't have enough for retirement. You knew it for 50 years and spent money you should have. Should not have. Okay, you know the overtime rule. The overtime rule is very simple. It's always been created with one thing in mind. Get this puppy over with fast. Why? Because players are tired. Brady said he was tired after the game. He's just a quarterback. And tired players statistically get hurt more. You don't want another quarter. You don't want those guys out there for another 35 minutes stacking up injuries. So one team goes into the Super Bowl with 5 starters missing. The second thing, you created overtime that you want to end quickly So the following week during the playoffs or regular season, you didn't play an extra quarter of football. That would be an unfair disadvantage for any team. You won an overtime game, had to play an extra 30 minutes, and you're exhausted and beat up. The overtime is created to not look like the regular season, not look like regulation. It is created to be urgent and final. Coin flip, make a stop, get it back, go. The rules are completely different. Everybody knows it going in. It is created urgency and finality, and that's what it gives you. The Patriots always give the ball up when they win a coin toss. Not here. They'll take it and be hyper-aggressive, knowing they couldn't stop Mahomes late either. So everybody's outraged this morning. But what you're really outraged about is New England won. You know what overtime does in football? It's a lot like money. You ever heard that saying, and it's true? That money exposes the real you. Wonderful people become more philanthropic, and jerks are bigger jerks. Money makes you more of who you are. And overtime in football, similarly, exposes who you are. The Chiefs were the worst defense of the Final Four, the 9th worst defense in NFL history. And by the end of the game and in overtime, Kansas City is not worthy of the Super Bowl. If you can't even get marginal pressure at home on Tom Brady, I'm not asking for Lawrence Taylor. I'm not asking for Khalil Mack. I'm asking for marginal pressure on Tom Brady. He sat back 1001, 1002, 1003. What that? Sorry. Money exposes the truth about people, and overtime exposes the truth about teams. The more money and the more football you play, you find out who people really are at their core. And the Chiefs are horrific defensively and did not deserve a game against the Rams in Atlanta. Joy Taylor with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
So there was no on-field meeting for Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady following the AFC Championship game yesterday, but Brady spoke to the media. After Brady spoke to the media, he headed to